Michael Bay movie. Lens flares. Oh, that's J.J. Abrams, isn't it? Lens flares everywhere. Hello there. It's Saturday. Wow, it is. Wow, the weekend snuck up on me, didn't it? Hello. I'm sitting here with my wife, whom you can't see because if I turn the camera, it gets really dark. See, there she is. Hi,
Oh, I
honey.
look terrible right now.
You
Please
never
don't.
look terrible.
Don't. My
You
hair
always
looks
look.
a hot mess.
You always look fantastic. We are having a very interesting conversation about relationships because relationships can be hard. It's just a lot. There's this whole other person you have to be accountable for. Like, I'm an old married man now, so if it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we're sitting in the same room and there's something that she want to do, she'll put on her headphones and just zone out, or I'll just roll my ass over and take a nap. Like, we're past that, but I can understand how for some people who haven't gotten to that level of comfort yet, how it can be a little exhausting.
You have to. It's a slow transition from this is what we do and hosting.
Yeah, that's another
And that's
thing.
another thing we didn't have to see when I came and lived with you on Great Falls Way. You were hosting still. It wasn't
Yeah,
until we got this place where it was like this is ours, so we maintain it.
I
We find our
when you first moved in on Great Falls Way, I cooked every day
You did
because
and
I
subs.
didn't want you to have to leave the room because you were a guest.
Mhm.
It's like it would be wrong of me to invite you to come stay here with me and then say, "All right, bitch, get to cooking." So I would, believe it or not, I cooked every day for like what was it, like months.
Well, we were only there between October and
So okay, so
January.
October, it's even
It was a
November,
good- It was a
December,
good couple of months.
January. So a good 3 months was just me cooking every day.
To be fair, I would say the first maybe month and a half, because after that I would get in there. I would try to make you chili and Alfredo and different stuff.
I mean,
I
but
like
if you
it.
did, but in that, let's say in that 90-day period, you might have cooked like 3 or 4 times.
That's
But-
not fair.
but-
I got in there quite often.
All
I
I'm
made
saying,
you
but it
meatloaf,
was
I made
mostly
you-
me, is what I'm saying, because
Well,
there was this host
okay.
mentality.
That's even okay, yeah. And even if it wasn't just the cooking part of it, it was the idea of there's something that needs to be done outside the room, so you do it. Or
Yeah.
sometimes like, hey, can you come in the kitchen with me as I cook? Or it was you were hosting.
And see, that's another thing that now that you mention it, it was if something needed to be done outside the room, because while we had a roommate, the only area that was mine was that room.
Everything else was public.
So it's not like we were gonna go sit in the living room and kick it, because you never know when he was gonna come wandering out or who he was gonna have over. So everything was in the room, and I don't know if Asia will admit to this or not, and that's fine. I will. There were times when I would be sitting there next to her, and it's just like, you still here?
Absolutely.
Like, damn, it's like I
Like,
go to
I'm
the
happy you're
bathroom
here,
and close the
but
door, and it's like I take this really long poop just so I'm not in there.
Hey, do you remember? I was so scared of the bathroom, but like when I went to potty, I would have you come with me.
Yes. Like,
It was scary.
it was. Look, our roommate was a disgusting slob of a man, and he didn't clean up behind himself. And it was the sort of thing that when you needed to use the bathroom, it was you went in there with the Pine Sol and a spray bottle and rubber gloves and a towel
Assuming
yourself,
that was enough.
and you would wash the toilet physically
Dude,
before
I
you
wore-
sat on the toilet, because that's just how nasty he
I
was.
wore flip flops in the shower.
It was. He was not a clean person, and it was okay when it was just me and Kari, because we men, we'll deal with it. But now I've got a guest in the home. It's like,
Ew.
Asia, we were engaged and we were happy and the relationship was fine, but I still felt like I was hosting.
And Asia was prissy. I came from a completely
Asia
different
was
household.
she had this thing where I think she was sick, or maybe just her nose was runny, so she would
I
get.
still do that, by the way.
she
You just
would
accept it now.
She would get this water tissue and blow her nose, right? And then she would get another water tissue and roll up the first water
Because
tissue
it's
in that
gross.
water tissue. But it's like, just throw it away.
No, it wasn't the blowing my nose. I would have mucus.
Oh, that was even worse. She had like phlegm or something. She would spit, and if you spit in the tissue, you got to have a big wad of it. Otherwise, it's gonna creep out into your hand. So it's just.
Okay, first off, I didn't sound like that. Don't make me sound disgusting.
But I was still
very classy about it. But the point was, it's the same way, and I have this. I still do it now. You just accept it now. The thing is, yes, it's a waste of tissue.
Absolutely.
But also, it's kind of like when it's that time of month for a woman. When you take your stuff off, my hair looks crazy, when you take your stuff off, oh my gosh, I look crazy, please turn it. When you take your stuff off,
lens flare,
you wrap it in tissue and you conceal it.
Okay, see, that's.
And I remember I was pissed at you because it's one thing for you to feel that way, but you wouldn't bitch at your sister about it.
Oh, imagine a time. You were wrong
for that.
Can you imagine a time in our lives where I would go to Katrina to complain about you? Like, yeah. That's bizarre to think.
But again, what's the difference now? Because I still do that kind of stuff now.
It was.
It's nitpicky because of
things. It was honestly, we were cooped up in that room all the time, and it was like we looked for reasons to be pissed at each other. I think it was just like being in the same confined space for days at a time because I wasn't working and Asia only worked on weekends.
As messed up as it sounds, I looked forward to going to my mom's for the weekend. I didn't like being away from you, but also was like,
I know, I missed you, but also, finally, I can have some tissue. Like, it was,
whatever.
So, relationships can be hard. Especially when you're confined to one specific area where
you're used to being by yourself.
Yeah, and it's like.
And even with you, I'm sorry, let's cut you off. Even with us, like when I came with you, you had, was it a queen?
Yeah, it was.
So even that was like room, but it's like, I can't. I'm sorry, I just can't. Like we have a Cali King.
Yeah, our bed is huge.
It's huge, and honestly, it doesn't feel that big because we've had it forever. But
when we first got it, it was just like, oh my gosh, you could fit a family of 6 in this thing.
And most of the time, one of us would end up on the other side of the bed cuddling. Like this morning, I woke up and I was all up under him. But it's like it's also so roomy, and we're used to it.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine not even half this, like 3/4 of this, and me and you on 3/4 of that.
Oh no!
No, thank you.
See, the conversation where this has come about because I don't know if we mentioned it. I'm sure we have. Kari's girlfriend has been staying with us for a few months as she goes to school, which is fine. She's out of my way. It's not a big deal. Like, she's a very personable young lady. And, when we asked, hey, can you help out? Can you run us to the store or something? Because she's got a car. She's always willing to help. But Kari's in there damn near 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they sleep in this twin-sized bed. And it's the idea of you go to sleep and they right there. You wake up and they right there. You go to the bathroom and it's like, oh, she follows you. I go to get something out the kitchen. She come because she don't want to be by herself. It's like he has to feel like, come on, damn, bitch. Okay, I get it. So today, Kari walked to the store.
Which is a mile and a half away.
And I don't want to speculate because I like Sam. I think Sam's a wonderful girl.
She's very timid, but she's sweet. I have no issue.
She's a very sweet girl, but Kari was exhausted, and it just didn't seem like he would have added any extra anything to his day if he didn't have to. But I said all that to say this. That shit is natural. And as I was doing, I had contemplated turning on the camera and doing this video. And there was a part of me that was like, oh, what if one day Kari stumbles onto this video and he's like, oh, they were talking shit about us. I'm not talking shit. I want to let you know, Asia and I went through the same shit. Like, it was just, I loved her. We were engaged and I loved Asia. I really did. But it was just like, damn, bitch, can I get 5 minutes? Can I get a moment to myself? Can I fart and not wonder if you're gonna get mad at me about it? Can I scratch my dick and you need to go wash your hands, right? And it's like, look, relax, you crazy nitpicky. I'm just set in my ways, and I have a certain way that I do things. Asia had a completely different. She was just pretty Princess Gwendolyn. Everything had to be immaculate for Asia. Everything had to be a certain way,
Okay,
and it's
it
just
still does.
we
do it
just didn't have that sort of lifestyle, and it was difficult for us because it wasn't really my place. It was, I'm renting a room from someone, so I can't be held responsible for anything outside the room. And the room itself was a nice size, but it held my stuff. But now it's got all of my stuff and all of Asia's stuff.
Remember when I redid your closet? And remember when we got into it? And I was so mad at you. I was so hurt because we got into it and then you started yelling about how I completely took over your closet.
You did.
And then, but no, this is why I was upset. Because it's not like anything was in there. You just didn't want my stuff in there.
No, it wasn't. Because the closet, I was using maybe a fourth of that closet. Which was fine. And then you showed up and suddenly it wasn't enough room for nothing.
But everything.
For nothing. Yeah. I had like 6 shirts and 4 pair of pants.
But that's already what you had.
But suddenly it was like the closet was overflowing with stuff. There was shit on the top shelf.
You were upset because you used to have a lot of room for potential things. And now, but it's not like you were going to get anything.
But no, the problem was that now I went from a fourth of the closet to the entire closet is so full that there's like a pile of clothes folded up in a corner, and you would get mad that the room was a mess. But it was like, all of this is your shit.
Okay, well,
all of this is yours.
You knew what
you
Before
were Asia, there was a toothbrush, clippers, and 1 roll of like toothpaste in the bathroom.
And if it wasn't for Asia, you would have a stool you sat on. No, you were still on the floor working on your computer.
But Asia moves in. Now there are 57 lotions, 10 essential oils. There's a basket, literally a wicker basket full of like bobby pins and hair shit, and it's like everything's cluttered up because all of this shit is your shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, and she would get mad at me. She was like, "Why can't we never keep the place organized? Because this is your shit." Like,
do you feel that way now?
But no, we're fine now.
But let's be honest. If you look around the room.
If we look around the room, 80%... Okay, like, I won't spin it around because it's a mess right now. But we have the TV, right? And if you look like over here, you see, that's my side. That's my title belt over there. Side. I won't show hers, but she also has a little lamp and a title belt. And it's like all her stuff is there. For me, it's just my fan and like some papers or something. For her, she's got like a cup that she never really drinks out of. And that's fine. But we've kind of decided this half of the room is mine. That half of the room is hers, which is fine. On her half over here by the TV, it's just a line of books. So you would think on the other side would be shit that's mine. No, it's hair beauty shit. It's this shit. It's some Aztec beauty secret shit. There's some homemade shea butter. Like, you see, I'm reaching. This is my side. This is like fingernail polish remover. Like, essential oil shit. Like, I'm not making it up. Like, there's no such thing as a side for me.
That's bull. You just don't have anything to put over there.
But the problem is, I don't have a lot.
And to be fair, let's be honest right now, okay?
This is an honest conversation.
If that side was completely clear, and that was for you, what would be over there other than old dishes?
Nothing.
That I have to take to the kitchen?
Nothing. That's the whole point. It's like, this side should be mine to do whatever I want with, but that's not an option for me.
That's like having...
I don't even know what this is.
That's a hair turban.
A hair turban.
Yes.
Allah Akbar? What's going on here? It's like, okay, look, here's some incense. Like, it's
what? That's for everyone.
Whole natural, and the bag is empty.
I just finished those last night.
The bag is empty.
Give me the bag, I'll throw it.
I don't even want to. What's this? Ooh.
What? Seriously? Seriously? That was rude. That was very rude.
Oh, look. Some Glade. Like, This
You
whole...
are so rude.
I'm not rude.
Yes, you are rude. Did you seriously just show that on camera?
I did.
That's rude.
I did. You want me to hold up a pair of my underwear?
No, I don't.
Here you go. Here you go, a pair of my underwear. These are her favorites for me too. They're Angry Bird.
They are my favorites.
So now we're even.
I don't get. There's a difference between boxers and a thong.
Well, yeah, material. Mine were huge. Yours is like a shoestring.
What is risque?
Risque.
Yeah.
Those are risque because they all baggy and hang off me.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh, hush. You see how I deflect whenever she get mad? I whip out the Angry Bird drawers and she's okay.
I mean, if that's how you want to deflect from now on, I'm fine with that.
Like, okay, look at this. I don't have asthma.
I'm sorry, would you like me to get rid of that?
Look at this. I'm going to do my toes later. Like, all of this shit is just Asia shit. And it's fine. And it's fine. Because I've been married to this woman now for half a decade. And I love her. And it's like, I'm okay with the way things are now. I'm very set in my ways.
Really? Is that why you're giving all the examples?
Yeah, I am giving all the examples. We have found a way to compromise. We have found a way to settle into this groove. It's going to be a certain way for me. It's going to be a certain way for her. But in the first couple of months, it was hard.
But see,
before we had our own place, it was even harder.
Here's the thing. Like, yes, I have a lot of stuff. Okay?
A lot of stuff.
I have a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
But, like, for instance, and you will never show it, but our closet is super messy.
Oh, no, I would never dare turn
But to be fair, I am confident in saying now that the balance there is 60-40.
I would be more comfortable with 70-30.
No, 60-40. 60-40 because there are a lot of random daddy things in there. Do you know how many things are in that closet from G4S that you just didn't return?
Well, I wanted to keep a uniform.
I'm not just talking about that. You have a radio battery. You have a people counter clicker.
Okay, so all these things are handheld things.
I'm sorry. Is there anything in the closet that isn't handheld?
All your shit. Like, okay, you see this? Oh, there's a whole nother one on the top shelf in there.
So what?
Like, I would not dare turn the camera in there.
So wait. No, I'm sorry. Pause. How is that an example of anything?
Okay.
No, don't.
I'm not. I'm just okay. We got these shelves here, right? There's this whole shelf here, just Asian shit. If you were to eliminate any of the shit that was mine, it's like, oh, I'll even do look.
Oh,
like,
are we not gonna talk about the big suitcase full of papers? You don't even know what they are. That's all yours.
But that's all my stuff. That's the extent of it. And then the second shelf is this purple thing with your stuff in it and some chips. And the next one is a whole thing of like essential oils. And then the next one is like just like some more of your books. It's like every shelf in here is fine. I don't even know what pure turmeric is. You don't get to get mad. Remember, the whole video is because we're past this. Oh, you can't get. The whole point is we're past that now. You don't get to get mad. She mad. Don't be mad. Oh, look at that. It's a nice little ankle there. Hey, baby, you look good. I'm not gonna show you the bathroom. Maybe let's look at it. Okay, that's not fair because that's Sam. So I'm not gonna give you shit there. I love you.
You don't get to say, "Oh, we're all past that," and you keep giving examples of stuff.
Because I'm showing how I have matured as a person.
Oh, you've matured so much that you're pointing out every little thing? That's so mature.
I love you.
You're deflecting now.
I'm not.
Yes,
I love
you.
Ooh. I love you. And I'm fine with the clutter. I am. There's a lot of stuff here, and 94% of it is yours. And that's fine. See? Now y'all done got me in trouble.